Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm down here in the bottom of our yard at one of our fire pits. It's right over there. There's the hut right there. You can see it. My daughter's staying in that right now with one of her friends from college. There we go. It's a 10 by 10 bamboo hut with a 6-foot screened-in porch. It's pretty nice. It's got a regular wood floor, not a bamboo floor, so I can walk on it. Here's those tropical green plants. We put all our manure and grass and rice grass and everything like that in here. See that turned into decent looking soil. Real rich. When I had the workers working over here the second day, they didn't quite get finished with the brush. And they'll take next time they'll take all that wood and put it over by my termite mound fire pit. That'll be nice, and they'll clean all this stuff up here and fill this in the edge of the yard. I'm trying to get them back. I don't know if they're coming Monday or when, but is a giant mosquito farm. Must be a bunch of frogs in there or something. Toads, frogs. One of these days I'm going to have those workers work on this. I want it 10 by 10 by 10 hole, and then we'll put hollow blocks in it, cement floor, and put hollow blocks about 2 foot above the ground, and then put a hut or some sort of building on top of that. Look at that little, look at that foam right there. Those are frog eggs. That's pretty cool, huh? And foam. Don't want to get down below one. Okay. Here's all the woods over here. This is the edge of our yard, where they put all our brush from. See, brush and garbage. I hate seeing garbage around here. These big logs. It's just such a waste. I wish they would have cut them up into like 1 foot pieces, and then I could split them or something like that and burn them. But I can't do much with those big things. That over there, where this brush probably is off our property, but close. Well, this bamboo is ours, so that's probably ours. Still our property. But you look over there. You know, it's a jungle, man. You can't even walk through it. It's just so thick. I mean, look at that. I see little passageways and stuff through here, but they're not regular trails or anything. And if you went straight this direction, that'd take you down to the bottom land, and it's about 600 yards or 700 yards down to the rice fields, and there's a big flat plain of rice. Some guys raising pigs up in the top of it. And then that goes down. Oh, it's a pretty good walk. Goes down and then starts becoming bamboo. Then it's bamboo for 2 miles all the way down to the ocean. I haven't gone down there in a long time. But it's nice. There's a hut. There's a nice table up there and a screen and porch built into the wall. I used to do all my computer work from there. The only place I could get a signal. This was a really nice little screen room I built before the hut. It got hammered pretty bad by the typhoon in 2021. All the screens are shot. But I was thinking about building back up again, because it's really nice to have a place that's got a little shade and is free of mosquitoes and flies. Yeah, look at the bamboos growing in there and everything. In fact, that's why I built it. It was so nice. We had nowhere to escape from the mosquitoes. And over here, it's all cleared out. Look at that. It's still a little too. There you go. And then a big giant burn pile where I make my big fire explosions and stuff. And this over here was, we never did use it. We're going to make it into chicken pens, but I use it to store manure and stuff a couple times. But I thought it'd be nice to maybe make little A-frame roofs on each one, and it'd be just big enough to put a bed in it, and maybe a table in the corner, and it'd be a place for people to stay, people that are visiting the Philippines that we know from the from the channel and stuff like that, and they could come here and use this as a home base or something like that, where it's pretty handy. They had, it's free, and I'd build an outside kitchen out here for them, and I still got to get this done. This is a huge project here. This is going to be a typhoon shelter with a dirt roof, hollow blocks out to about that tree out there, and then I was going to put in sliding doors on the end of it so we couldn't get trapped by fallen timber, and I was going to put about 20 foot square deck out over the jungle. And I thought this would be a fantastic place to hang out. This area here is 10, 20 or 25 feet across. It's plenty big for a shelter, And with having an earth and a dirt roof, there's nothing going to happen to you. But I had a good idea, but it didn't have any money, and that's as far as we got right there, digging it out. The workers with all brushy stuff growing up again. I did this about 10 years ago, and but they cleaned it all up for me. But you can see out there in the property, we own the hillside down to the bottom to the creek, but the hillside and everything, it's just plain jungle. These palm trees got fans that are 12, 15 foot wide, and the littler ones down in there, and it's just thick. It's really thick. I came up here about 6 months. I came up the hill to this point, and I had to crawl on my hands and knees up the hill. It's so steep, and pull myself by the little saplings and stuff to get up it. But it's a shame that a third of our property is hill, just straight downhill. It goes over that way about 200 yards or so more, and there's nothing on the bottom. It's just the creek. but not using it. One time we had 120 bananas planted on it, and we're growing squash and sweet potatoes in between them, but that only lasted a couple years. Took one dry season to wipe it out with, you know, not a sprinkle in 6 months. You know, it's nothing lives in that except for the weeds. The weeds do great, and trees and bushes and stuff you do great, but nothing else will grow in it. But it's nice having that type of stuff around, because it's makes you feel like you're not in the yard. To me, you know, I can take a couple steps out there and do something to start a fire, whatever I'm going to do, and you know, I feel like I'm in the jungle, or the other side of the yard by where I do fires. It feels like I'm in a park. You know, it's kind of nice. What I'm saying is I'm not in the town at all, and I couldn't stand being in a city or a town again. I gotta live in the country. But it's neither here or there. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.
Thanks for watching. Take care.